Yo, what's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. West Ham versus Liverpool 5-0, 5-0. That's wild that it went all the way to 5-0. Unnecessary, if you ask me. That did not need to go all the way to 5-0. This game was pretty much said and done in the half. I think most people would agree. Even Liverpool fans, come on, you gotta agree. Like, there was no need to see more. There was no need. That This game was done. I never really saw West Ham coming back from this at all. I thought maybe this was going to be the one team that was going to give Liverpool a really, really difficult time, but never. Except in the beginning, they had that one chance, but aside from that, here and there, some chances, but that overall feeling that they might come back, they might do something. You never know. They score and then things change. Team gets inspired. You become a completely different team. But I never really saw it except from the beginning, like I said, with Robertson. That way too many of those mistakes, Robertson. Like, you got to cut that out. But thankfully, I mean, he settled after that, and he had a really good game. And I thought Bowen, smart with the pass to Paqueta and not to Kudus, because Kudus was a little bit too compromised. Like, not enough space. It was too tight for him to do anything with the ball. And Paqueta, I mean, we know Paqueta has that really good touch, and I thought it was gonna go into the back of the net. I thought that was going to be the start of an amazing match. We were going to get ourselves a really good match, and I don't know, he just couldn't get there in time, and the touch wasn't that good. But then he had another chance with a cross. The trajectory of the ball I thought was going right to the second post. It ends up just being like a floater, and I mean, easy ball for Allison to just cradle and put to sleep. And then kudos to Kudus, because he was a one-man army up in the front. Sometimes he was linking up, but a lot of time it was just him by himself. He had to take on 2-3 players, and I thought he did a pretty good job. He had that one chance, and that was a link up with, I think it was Irvin, maybe a 1-2, and the low cross shot. Man, that was good. That was good. It was close. That was good, but there was just still not enough for you to think like they're gonna come back from this. Again, maybe if they would have scored, it could have been, like a completely different thing. And the game would have been animated. West Ham, you would have seen a different face from West Ham. They were playing at home as well, so you never know. And then Kudus, another one with this time Irving with a really nice cross in the second half, and the crossbar shot. That was close. But I never again got that feeling that it was going to go in. And then there were chances from Paqueta, like I said, Kudus, Somerville when he came in. I thought he had the first 2-3 touches, he did pretty well. There was a potential penalty, but when you looked up closely, it wasn't. I kind of was hoping it was, just because I wanted to see a real match. And so there's not much from West Ham, unfortunately. Paqueta, sometimes I felt that he was just giving these compromising balls, or he was just on a different page from his teammates. I don't know if some of them are new, because I know this team did pretty well when last year, was it, or the year before that when they won the Conference Cup. Sometimes he was just giving his teammates some balls that were too late, too soon, and his teammates weren't, they were half turned around and the ball was already being passed to them. They were not on the same page, like the middle wasn't that good with Alvarez and Soler. It was not as a cohesive team as prior years. So yeah, really unfortunate, because I really wanted to see a good game from West Ham. West Ham has been known to give these big teams a hard time, but not this time around. And Liverpool, I mean, what can you say about Liverpool besides that little one blunder from Robertson? I thought everyone had a really good game. Trent with those crosses, he got a goal in also. A little bit of help from the defender with a deflection. McAllister, do everything you can, Liverpool. I mean, there's only so much you can do. I get that, but keep this man. Do not let this guy leave. Screw Gravenberg. I know everyone's going crazy about Gravenberg. I know he's a great player, and he also had a good game. But my God, McAllister with the passes today. Jesus, he was everywhere with the tackles, the recoveries, and just the composure, and how he's never rushing things. He takes his time, and he's so good on the ball. So good. And I just don't see him, unless he wins the EPL, unless he wins the CL, the Champions League, fine. Do what you want, leave. Okay, you won everything, I guess, at that point. But, if you win the EPL, which is what most likely is going to happen, hopefully, but, just stay. If you don't win the Champions League, I mean, you still have the Champions League. You still have something to aim for. That's what I'm trying to say for next year, right? There's no need for players to I got to go because Madrid is calling. I understand Trent's situation is a little bit different because he won it all, right? Pretty much, right? And he's at that, middle point in his career where why? It's tempting, it's enticing, and why not? It's alluring. I want to try that out. I want to go there. I don't blame that guy so much. I don't think, and I don't think I'm the only one in saying this, that he's going to offer all that much to Madrid. I think he's going to be a good player and all. I think he is a good player, I should say. But I don't think he's going to offer that much. Like, Madrid don't need Trent. They don't need that type of player. They need a different type of player, right? If maybe he started working out or going back to, to the basics when I didn't see him, but I'm assuming he was a really good defensive fullback. Then yes, but he just doesn't cut that. He doesn't have that anymore. You'd be getting him because he's a cross between a fullback and maybe Tony Cruz, and maybe that's what they're looking at. Maybe he'll fit into this Madrid side. I don't know. And that could be it. That could be it. That they're banking on that he's going to be a much better player because he's in a bigger team. McAllister, such a good player, and I had my doubts about him at the beginning when they first signed him. I was like, this guy. I mean, I did obviously not watch that much from Brighton, so I didn't know him, but the little bit that I did watch, I understood that he was a good player. And even when he got to Liverpool, he just didn't convince me, his style of play. But now I get it, and obviously he has improved. That's another thing too. It's not like he started playing like this from the beginning, because he wasn't playing like this. So really, really good game from him. Curtis Jones also got his goal also. I thought he had a really good game. Gakpo, love Gakpo, typical classic Gakpo, cutting in. I thought he was really well with the passes, the assists, combination with Salah. Diaz was great too, really smart, really good in the first goal to start things off for Liverpool. Also, he just looked very lively. He was like bouncing around. He was just like a jelly bean, just like everywhere, right? Really quick and agile, very lithe. I saw him, and my brother was also making that comment. You just saw him extra quick in this game. And then Salah, look, yeah, man, I'm gonna go there with Salah. It's like a thing with him. He gets like 10 chances and he scores 2 goals. And we forget that he had 10 chances to be able to score 2 goals, right? I'm not saying he literally had 10 chances, but he has a huge number of chances, and that's why he scores the goals. Or at the end, a penalty, which again, that requires skill too. Whether it's skill, with how you're going to shoot the ball, how you're going to position yourself, or just the composure, the equanimity to be able to not let nothing distract you, to not allow anything to make you fold under pressure. That's still a skill set that you want in a striker. But the goal that he scored was probably the most difficult one out of all the chances that he had. And what's more, Areola could have probably have saved that goal. Let's be clear. He did get a hand to it, right? So he probably could have saved that goal, because he saved other goals that probably should have gone in from Salah. Given that it was on his favorite left foot. And one of them, I think it was one of them at the beginning from McAllister, because McAllister, again, was just supplying everybody balls. So I'm pretty sure it came from McAllister. And this was at the beginning. This was the first opportunity that Salah had. And that was smart. I was like, okay, I give you credit for that. You were trying to make Areola think that you're going to open it up to the second post, and you ended up choosing the first post. No, it was right to Areola. He was trying to open it up because Areola left him a huge space, and that one most certainly should have gone in. And then there were other ones. I mean, the one, oh my God, the one, I don't know if it was Trent from the right hand or maybe Diaz. I don't know who it was exactly, but he gets the ball and he did the most difficult thing, which was the control. Not many players can control that ball. And this was in the middle of almost in the middle of the 16-yard box. He gets the ball and skies it, like just over the crossbar. At least hit the target. I mean, you did the hardest thing in controlling that ball, which isn't the easiest thing given the angle that you were at. And then not knowing who's coming from anywhere. You're not on the line because you already have an idea who's behind you, right? This was like in the middle, and he just airs it. Ugh, damn. There were a lot of, just so many opportunities. And the reason why I'm saying this is something that my brother pointed out. Okay, so this, and I thought about this before. In the past, a Messi, a Ronaldo, a Brazilian Ronaldo, right? Anybody else, Henry, they missed a lot of chances. They obviously did. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't Arsenal fans. Maybe it wasn't the Madrid fans. Maybe it wasn't the Barcelona fans that criticized them. But sure as hell, the journalists, the media did criticize them. And the media also, I mean, there could be haters, but the media also understand that these are great players. It happens. It tends to happen. I'm not expecting Salah to score all those plays, all those goals, that all those chances that he has. But you gotta like put that. This was an exhibition match. The way, like, there's no such thing as an easy team, but this was relatively an easy win. At some point, it was kind of an exhibition match, and you needed to be able to score those goals. I was watching the Nottingham Forest game that they ended up winning against Everton. And those were the kind of chances that, like, I mean, those guys, they're not Salah, they're not like Messi, and they're scoring. I don't think they had the number of chances that Salah did. And I don't think that game was, or maybe it was, that part maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that game was a lot easier than this game, right? Again, there's no such thing as easy games, but relative to what you get in the EPL, which is, you don't get that many opportunities like that, he should have bagged those in. He definitely should have bagged those in, and he didn't. Again, I think he's a good player and all. And if you're going to give him, if he ends up winning the Ballon d'Or, he deserves it. If things are going to stay the way they are right now, where there's nobody else, because you look around, who's having this kind of a season? Who's having these amount of goals? Who's putting up those numbers? Then yeah, I suppose, but it's just not convincing enough. I don't think he's doing all that well. If you're a Liverpool fan, I get that. Ride that wave. Go all the way, but I'm just trying to add a little bit more perspective. The one play that he ends up giving Curtis Jones the ball for him to be able to score maybe his second goal, I think he bit the top of the ball. It was a bit choppy. He scoffed it. Not good enough. There's not enough pressure. It was on his right foot, but dude, you got to be able to pass a short to medium pass. And he knew it. He put his hands to his head. He knew that he messed that one up because Curtis Jones had enough time to be able to get to the ball before his marker did and get his goal. His second goal at that. So you're a good player, but you need to put that in. You need to make that look easy, and he's struggling in that sense. Now, he's not struggling. Darwin Núñez struggling, but he's still struggling for someone that's supposedly one of the best of all time for Liverpool and the EPL. To me, it just seems so simple. You know, I'm not expecting, again, to score every single goal, but you had a good number of opportunities, and you scored the hardest one, if anything. And that's why I think he stood there kind of like... like in disbelief, and I thought it was an offside. That's why he stood there. I thought, judging by the way he stood, it was an offside, and no, he just couldn't believe, like, I end up scoring that and I can't score the other ones. Like, give me a break. That's what he was trying to convey. All in all, really good win for Liverpool. I mean, you gave Liverpool fans a big gift right before the year end, so that's good. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll catch you next time.